Hi, welcome to Christina's Knitting Catch-Up episode 25. Today is Friday, the 22nd of January, and I'm recording today instead of, Monday or Sunday because we're going to the coast today and I don't have internet down there. So this is a knitting podcast, but I don't have very much to show you today because it's only been 4 days or so instead of a week. So I don't have any finished objects. This is going to be a short episode, but I'll just show you what I've been doing. Here are the socks I've been knitting. It's my second scrappy pair of socks. But I think I'm going to get the whole pair out of just this yarn. And these are made out of leftovers from my husband's socks that I made him for Christmas. So this is a bit annoying, but oh well. It's because I didn't change yarns for the heel. Fish lips kiss heel. Blah blah blah. I've talked about my socks before, so I'm not going to do that again. The next socks that I'm going to make will be out of these yarns, which is a Regia yarn and some contrast black for the heel. Maybe the toe, maybe the cuff, we'll see how much we've got. And then I've got a whole little bag full of other scraps to make socks out of. So here's one set of scraps in a pencil case. This goes with it. Whoops! And here's some more scraps to make socks from. And they're actually scraps, like they're tiny amounts. So I'm going to take them all to the coast with me and see if I can get some done. We're going to the coast today. We'll leave this afternoon. Only takes about 3 hours to drive there. So we'll drive to the coast today and we'll probably come back next Thursday. And today is Friday, so that's nearly a week. I have a meeting for school next Friday, so I have to be back by then, unfortunately. Because school starts in a couple of weeks, I'm really not looking forward to it. It's going to suck. So let me just grab something. All right, so I've also been knitting a little bit on my husband's jumper, but honestly, it's such slow going and it's all the same. So I'm not going to show it to you. It's just a navy blue tube so far. And I was a bad knitter and I didn't touch that jumper that I am scared of touching. I'm going to take that to the coast as well. I'm going to take all these things so that I can just do it in comfort and privacy. I find the coast is really relaxing. Anyway, so I've been doing a little bit of dyeing, and last time I showed you this yarn, it wasn't skeined up yet, but this is my Splendid Fairy Wren colour. We don't have Splendid Fairy Wrens here, we have Superb Fairy Wrens here. And the Superb Fairy Wren has a mostly whitey brown tummy, but the Splendid Fairy Wren is all blue and black. It doesn't have any brown, so I decided to make this for the Splendid Fairy Wren. And this is a self-striping, as I told you last week. It's got 3 different colours of blue. Can you see? There's a very light blue, which is almost white on screen. There's a mid blue and there's a sort of a more purpley colour blue. They're not dark blues. And a black. So the striping goes blue, black, blue, black, blue, black. And this is made on, what base is it? It's the Bendigo Woolen Mills sock yarn base, which is just a 75-25 merino nylon, just like all the sock yarns. So I dyed that. Yay! Then I dyed this colourway, which is also a self-striping, and this is a self-striping based on a crimson rosella, which is a bird that we have lots of around here, and that bird is blue, red, and black, essentially. And so the pattern on this, did I show you last week? I may have shown you last week my little book. I have a book where I keep my things. I might have shown you this last week. I can't remember. You're seeing it again. I think I did. So that's the colour pattern. So the speckles is black with red speckles. So that's another one. This is also on that same base. And then I didn't like that one much for some reason, so I dyed up this colour, which is not self-striping, it's just variegated. And it's lovely purples and blues. And I just dipped it in the pot and really liked the result. And I re-skeined it so that the colour was distributed all the way. I'm not very good at skeining. As you can see, I get these weird bumps and lumps and loose bits. I figure by the time I've skeined 100 skeins of yarn, I might be better at it. That's what I always think. The first 100 times you do something, you won't be very good at it, but then you'll be good at it and you'll be able to do it. That's what I think. And that works for music, knitting, everything. So I'm thinking the first 100 times I grow tomatoes, I won't be very good at it. My tomatoes are doing badly. But I don't think I'll live to do 100. Anyway, so that's pretty as well. So I'm showing you all my yarns. These are all 5 yarns that I've dyed so far. Because I'm going to open my Etsy shop to sell some of these. And I haven't quite settled on a date yet, probably in a couple of weeks when I've got everything sorted. But the shop name is Cutiful Yarns, and it's an Etsy shop, and it would, let me just check the address. I had to change the shop name because it was just Cutiful Christina, but I'm trying to get away from that. So cutifulyarns.etsy.com. So that's CUTIEFUL yarns.etsy.com is the shop name. And you can go there and look at it and see all of the nothing that is in my shop. But I've set up all of the shipping policies so you can look at that. I've set up, you know, the about and the other stuff. So I used to sell like little jewelry things on Etsy, but I don't do that anymore. Obviously, it didn't really go very well. So I'll be selling these. So the self-striping yarns, these guys, a lot of effort goes into these. It takes hours and hours to make one of these until I find a better system. So these are $28. This is Australian dollars. Which is a bargain for you overseas people, and the variegated ones will be cheaper than that. They might only be $23 or something. I hope you can't hear that leaf blower. It's Friday, and Friday is leaf blower day, and it just seems to go on forever. So that is my big skeins. Now, I had a friend over yesterday, a friend who is an actual artist, like she actually does art and makes money from doing art. And some of the art she does is very interesting yarn related art, and she has knitted and crocheted, you know, sculptural pieces that are really lovely. And I had her around for afternoon tea. I haven't seen her in months and months because she doesn't live here. And I said, "Do you want to dye some yarn with me?" And she said yes, she would. So we dyed up a bunch of mini skeins. So the way we did this was we wound a skein into a ball on my ball winder, a center pull ball, and then we popped the center pull ball on a scale, and I wound off with the niddy noddy 10 grams at a time until we had none left. So so we made 10 gram little mini skeins out of a 100 gram ball of yarn, and it's superwash merino and nylon. This is the Knit Picks base, and she took home 4 and I kept the remaining 6, and this is what they are. So this one, I think I did this one. I think I dyed it with reddy pink splashes, and then I over dyed it in a blue. So that's quite pretty. They're all pretty. This is one my friend did, and this is actually longish patches of red and yellow. And that looks like a sunset to me. This one could have been me. It's quite a lot like this one, isn't it? It could almost be from the same thing. That's just variegated kind of thing. Then I've got this, which is tealy, greeny aquas and blues and a little bit of white in there still. I tied it with just scraps. So I really like that one. That's one of my favorites. Then I've got this one that I did, which is sort of a gradient, and it goes from this darker orange to a lighter orange and then to a yellow. That's lovely. And this is the last one, and I did this one. It's, I think, similar to this one, and then I dipped it in black just for a second so that it sucked up a little bit of the black but not too much. That leaf blower is really loud. I think they come right up to my house. It's very frustrating for me because I can't lock the sound out. It permeates my house no matter what I do, and it's very frustrating. So today is a kind of rainy, wet, humid day, so actually these are still kind of wet, just a little bit. You know how wool is extremely absorbent and it just doesn't like to dry sometimes in this kind of weather. So I thought I would put these up for sale on my Etsy site as well, and I don't know how most people do that, but should I do them individually? Should I do them as a pack? What should I do? Please let me know, because I have no idea. Mini skeins are quite labor intensive because you have to wind it into a ball, then you have to wind it into skeins, then you dye them separately, then you dry them, then you wind them back into littler skeins. So when I dyed them, I wound them on the niddy noddy, and I wound around all 4 points, so it was a large skein. And then when I wound them into mini skeins, I just used half of the niddy noddy, so I used 2 points. Because otherwise I would have like these really long skinny things, which looked a bit dumb. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing. A little bit of dyeing, but like I said before, it hasn't been a whole week since I recorded last. I feel certain that I'm going to finish these. What's that? I feel certain that I'm going to finish these socks in the next day or two. Yeah, so I don't have really much else to say. I'll talk a little bit more about the shop. So I think I will possibly open it on the 1st of February, which is also the day that we start our stash knit along. So like if you're using up stash, feel free to buy some more. I'm not certain about it though. I'm a little bit nervous, right? Because it's hard to put your product out there when I've been using it and I've been happy with it, but you know, some people might be really picky or whatever. So I'm a little bit scared about putting it out there and kind of being responsible for it in a way. Yeah. So I dyed up some yarn a long time ago now, and I made it into a little baby cardigan for my friend, and we went round to her house this morning and met the little baby, and he was very happy, and I held him for a while. I'm not very good at holding babies. I don't have any experience holding babies, so I was a little bit derpy about it, and I got really sore wrists. I don't know how I was holding him in such a way that it hurt my wrists, but I mean the baby was comfy, but yeah, I was not. And my husband held him for a long time because he seemed to be better at it than me. But yeah, we gave them the cardigan and it will fit, so thank goodness for that. That was a Playful Stripes cardigan, which is a pattern by Alana Dacos, and it's just super cute. Do I have anything else to say? I've been watching a few new podcasts. I've been watching A Homespun House, which everybody already knows about, but I just started watching, and she's lovely. And I've been watching Little Bobbin's Knits, and that's really nice as well. And she has a cute dog, and I really like dogs. I'm not a cat person, so when I see podcasts and people are all about their cats, I find it a little bit like I just don't care about cats very much. But when someone's got a dog, I really love it. And I can understand cat people would be the opposite. So that's just me though, I like dogs. Yeah, so 1st of February, my yarn shop will open, Cutiful Christina. No, Cutiful Yarns. I might change it again if I don't like that, but all these will be for sale. That one's amazing. And whoop. Yeah, and the mini skeins. Maybe in a pack and maybe not in a pack. So yeah, that'll do us for this week, I think. Sorry it's so short. I'll probably record another episode while I'm down the beach and show you what I've been up to there, but I can't upload it until I get home. No internet. So anyway, hope you have a really nice week. I'm going to really enjoy going down the coast and doing nothing much. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Bye!